What's up, Big Orange Nation? This is Frank Rock. This is the House of Orange Sports Channel coming at you. This is kind of one of those, I don't really know what to say about this one tonight. Tennessee beat UNC Asheville 29-4 tonight, and there's some absolutely embarrassing numbers in this game that I'm going to get to here in just a minute. Make sure you hit that like, that thumbs up, that share, that subscribe. Some of you laugh at it, but hitting the like actually drives the algorithm. It pushes out the content to more outlets when it is thumbs up. I know it's funny. I know why. I get it, but it is the truth. It is the truth. But let's get in this video. And I'm kind of second guessing my life choices after tonight because I'm scheduled to move to Asheville in about a month and a half. When I watch a team get beat 29-4 and give up 22 walks in a game, I don't know that I want to be there, be associated with that. But all jokes aside, Tennessee come out in the first inning. Dean Curley led off with a bomb. UNC Asheville come back in the second inning off of Arvidsson and got 3 runs, got a 3-run home run off of him. That was it. That was it. Tennessee goes for 9 in the second, 8 in the third, 3 in the fourth, 7 in the fifth. They went for 1 in the sixth, and then they didn't bat in the seventh because they run on 29-4. I did not expect UNC Asheville to be this bad. But again, I think it's two things. I don't think UNC Asheville's good. They were picked 7th in the Big South. I think Tennessee is this good. People I've talked to have said, man, you're underestimating this offense this year. We'll see what they do in Houston. We'll see what they do against Samford. Samford will be better competition. And we'll obviously see what we do in about, less than a month against Florida when we get into SEC play. But this lineup tonight, and I mentioned already, 22 walks. That is some really good eyes. And for UNC Asheville, me getting ready to be an Asheville native, I want UNC to Asheville to do well. That's embarrassing. That's freaking embarrassing. This is a D1 school. What the heck, man? But Tennessee hit 5 bombs tonight. Of course, 25 RBIs, 35 at-bats, 29 runs, 18 hits on the night. They only struck out 7 times, and that was kind of, I'm going to talk about some of that along the way. As far as starters go, you only had 3 of those from the starters, 4 were from backups. But, positives for me tonight, the biggest one for me, Dalton Bargo got another chance in the same second inning, 2 bombs. He hit a solo shot to start the inning. He hit a grand slam later on. He had a hit later as well, went 3 for 5 with 5 RBIs, 2 home runs tonight. I'm really happy to see that. He had a walk on the night as well. He was a guy where I said coming out of the weekend, I said that he's going to have to step up or he gets left behind. He got his opportunity. He played first base tonight. He stepped up. He did a really good job. Just throughout the order, looking at the Tennessee starting lineup, I'll hit the batters first, and then I'll hit the pitchers as well. Curley, 2 for 2, 5 RBIs, 4 walks, 2 RBIs, 5 runs scored on that. Keelan, 2 for 4, 4 RBIs, 1 walk, 2 runs scored. He had his first home run tonight as well. Hunter Inslee, 2 for 4, 3 runs scored, 1 walk. He did have one of the strikeouts, but that was one. It was a check swing. I think he went on it, but it's one of those. It was one of those you kind of tip your cap a little bit on that. It was a pretty good pitch. Andrew Fisher went 2 for 2, 2 runs scored, 1 RBI, 1 double, 2 walks, 1 hit by pitch. I'm going to starters first. Cannon Peebles went 2 for 3, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored, 3 walks on the night. Let's see. Levi Clark started 2 for 4, 3 runs scored, 1 double, 2 walks. He did have 1 strikeout on the night. Bargo, 3 for 5, 5 RBIs, 4 runs scored, 2 home runs, 1 walk, 1 K. Jay Abernathy started, and he finally got his start in left field. He moved to second base later on. He was 1 for 1, 1 RBI, 4 walks, 5 runs scored, 4 stolen bases. We've talked about the speed, his dynamics on the bases. Once he got on, he made it happen tonight. He stole second, I think 3 times. In one segment, he stole second. He stole third. The catcher threw it into left field. He come home and scored on that one. Reese Chapman, 1 for 4 on the night, 1 run scored. As far as left on base, if you want to look at a negative, they left 12 on base tonight. That's a testament to a lot of guys getting on base. It's also, you look at a negative, not getting them through as well. Now, looking at guys who come in later, Hunter High, 0 for 0, 1 walk on the night. Ariel Antigua was 1 for 1, 2 RBIs, a walk, a run scored. He got a base hit that plated 2. Chris Newstrom come in later on, had a couple at bats. He walked in both. He walked on a bases loaded walk, got a run in. Blake Grimmer, 0 for 2. He did have a run scored, but he had 2 strikeouts. And Stone Lawless was 0 for 1. Hit a hard shot to third base. He lined out, was almost through, but the third baseman caught it. And then Colby Backus. This is the one for me. It's tough to watch right now. 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. Both of them were looking tonight. This is a dude whose confidence is shattered. It is shattered. The talent is there. Very happy to see Dalton Bargo break out tonight. Colby Backus, though, this is a guy last year hit midweek pitching really well against Hofstra and now UNC Asheville. He's just looked lost on it. I'm just being honest. I want to see him break out. I don't like seeing this. It sucks because the guy has talent. He has talent, but it ain't there right now. The dude is he's pretty much striking out every at bat. I think he hit a little nubber sometime over the weekend, but other than that, it was strikeouts. This is kind of painful to watch. And if I'm Tony Vitello and staff, I'm going to be honest. I get to the point, I give him some more at bats to see if he breaks out. If this continues, I've got to pull the plug on it. There's other guys, a Jackson Walker, a Dane Morrow, some of these guys. If your plan is to redshirt them, fine. If there's some guys you're not planning on redshirt and they aren't getting in, it's time to give them the opportunities to back us, can't break out. Like I said, it's just being total honest on it. This is on what I'm seeing with it. That's pretty much, I had 2 negatives tonight. One's Backus. The second is Brandon Arvidsson, 2 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs. He did have 4 strikeouts and 1 walk. Second inning, got in trouble with his control, and then he gave up a double. He gave up a 3-run home run. He got through the inning, and then they pulled him after that. So who knows? Maybe if he went further, he's looking at, the numbers improving. But 40 pitches, 23 strikes on the night, in 2 innings against this team, that's not an encouraging outing for me. But, it's a guy. He's thrown at Texas A&M. He went to JUCO, had good numbers. He's coming to Tennessee. We'll see how he fits in here along the way. The first freshman who come out of the bullpen, pitching-wise, Nick Abraham, he got the win on the night. He went 1 1/3. He had a strikeout. He faced 6 batters. He had 2 flyouts, 1 ground out through 19 pitches, 12 strikes. They did pull him, of course, and he gave up 1 run, but it was unearned on the night. So, and then you had Austin Hunley, went 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, 3 batters faced. Real good outing for him, 9 pitches, 7 strikes. Tanner Wiggins, JUCO transfer, made his debut, 1 inning, 2 strikeouts. He got a ground out as well, 8 strikes and 12 pitches. Braden Sharp made his pitching debut, 1 inning, 2 strikeouts, 3 batters faced, and a ground out, 9 strikes, 12 batters faced. And then Braden Krenzel, they kept saying Krenzel. This one is without a doubt Krenzel. Manny Marin, I've been saying Marin. I was told it was Marin at one point. I've heard it pronounced that. It is Manny Marin. It's been confirmed. Braden Krenzel, though, His dad was actually the quarterback for Ohio State when they won the national championship in 2002. So if that name sounds familiar, that's why. But he went 1 inning, gave up a hit, had a strikeout. He did have a line drive hit back at him. He caught it, turned a double play, ended the game with the strikeout. He got a, well, I guess the fly. He had a strikeout as well on it. 7 strikes in 8 pitches. Pretty efficient outing for him. What did we learn about Tennessee tonight? I don't think we learned a whole lot. This UNC Asheville team, although 3-0 coming in, nothing I looked at on their stats when I previewed this game really impressed me a whole lot. And again, me getting ready to be an Ashevillean, an AVLan, I hope to see, I love to see Tennessee. I want to see Tennessee take care of business. 29-4 was rough. 22 walks. Man. Wow. Hopefully this weekend we see some better competition with Samford. And I know you kind of, sometimes it depends. Last year in Houston, they started out better competition with Texas Tech, Oklahoma, and Baylor. Then they shifted to midweek. This year you start with Hofstra. Now you're UNC Asheville. These are some rough-looking teams, man. And I hope UNC Asheville will rebound on it. But I don't think we learned a lot about Tennessee. They've taken care of business. One thing I say we haven't learned a lot, that means we haven't learned, or that doesn't mean we haven't learned nothing. Number one, they're very patient at the plate. Number two, good grief, man. I know the cream will rise to the top when we play better competition, but there is so much talent in this lineup. Will it put up the numbers that 2024 put up? That's a lot to do. But 1 through 9, I don't know if there's a weakness in there. And some of these, if some of these guys, Bargo doing what he did tonight was very encouraging. Still got my own Reese Chapman along the way. He had the grand slam Sunday, which made his weekend look better. Tonight, 1 for 4. What's Reese Chapman going to do? The potential, all these guys have the potential. It's a matter of, can you put it together or not? Because I can tell you right now, you saw Jay Abernathy. The dude is an assassin on the bases. Chris Newstrom is a stud. This dude can play anywhere. Tony Vitello mentioned in his press conferences this week, this guy come back from I don't remember how he worded it, but is it winter break? It's like, this dude come back and got it. Manny Marin come back from break. He said he's been one of the best guys when we come back from break. Levi Clark's a stud. These freshmen can play. And I can assure you, they're not going to be intimidated. They're ruthless. They're full of piss and vinegar. And they're going to get the job done. If these veteran guys can't, these freshmen will step in and do it. The moment is not too big for them along the way. But I say this meaning there's a lot of talent on this team. It's crazy how much talent is on this team. And just wait. You just wait with pitching, because arguably your 2 best pitchers have not even thrown yet. Liam Doyle looked great on Friday. I still have a little bit of I want to see him do it against competition, because he had an over 6 ERA at Ole Miss. I know Ole Miss sucked last year, but an over 6 ERA is an over 6 ERA. But Liam Doyle made Tennessee look bad last year. You get A.J. Russell healthy. A.J. Russell, normally when you come off of a form of Tommy John, you're throwing even harder. I would expect him to add a couple of miles per hour. And the guy who possibly, I've said this from the get-go, Tegan Coons, true freshman, very happy we got him to campus. He's been sick. He's been really sick. I don't expect him to throw, based on what I've heard, until Houston. And I could be wrong, but he's not going to throw until he's 100% healthy and they prove it. He was sick, very sick last weekend. Didn't throw, or he would have thrown Friday night. I think it's questionable whether he throws this weekend. I'm not ruling it out, but I don't think it's promising. I really think Houston is going to be his debut. Once we see this guy, I think you're going to see absolutely electric. He can throw 5 pitches. He has excellent spin rate. He has excellent speed. He has excellent location. Once we get into that and we see him, you're going to see that there's some major talent on this roster. But another good night for Tennessee baseball. They're back in action this weekend. I think it's 4:30, 4 o'clock, 1 o'clock is what they're at this weekend against Sanford. And then, once the time change stuff comes along, those midweek games will be a little bit later. But thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you hit the like, the share, the subscribe. Please check out those membership tiers, memberships. The Patreon, $1 a month can go to help the channel, guys. Cannot stress that enough. Please hit the link. Check that out. Think about donating to that. Or if you just want to say thanks, hit that super thanks option in the bottom right-hand corner. All these things go to help the channel, and they're greatly appreciated because there is a lot of work that goes into this along the way. You guys have a great rest of your evening. This is Frank, House of Orange. It was a great night to wear orange, and go Vols.